Hey everyone, we've got another thing to talk about for The Last Jedi. So talk has kind of slowed down about the film, surprisingly I guess. It's only been out for about 3 weeks now or so, and a lot of people had kind of moved on from their first reactions to seeing the film and how divisive, everything was really creatively. Spoiler warning here before we move on to what Rian Johnson actually talks about, because if you guys saw the film, you'll know that Kylo Ren technically revealed who Rey's parents were, and they were essentially nobodies. They just sold her off for money to get drunk, and they died and they were buried somewhere in Jakku. And Rian Johnson did go on record saying that was it, he wasn't lying to her, and that was her origin. But now he's seemingly backtracked on his comments and is saying that they could take it in a new direction. So in an interview with the Huffington Post, he said, quote, "Anything's still open, and I'm not writing the next film. JJ and Chris Terrio are doing it. With all of these movies, Obi-Wan's whole speech about a certain point of view always applies, so I think that you have to always think about the context of how information is given. But for me, dramatically, that's why that reveal at that moment made sense." So it seems like Disney and the creative team there are actually looking at how people took to the Rey parents reveal in The Last Jedi, and will likely be making changes for episode 9 when J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio get around to doing it. Because for some reason there wasn't kind of a master plan that was written out for these 3 films. They've kind of been making it up as they go along. I don't know why they chose to do that, because it's weird that, over at Marvel Studios they have a grand plan of how to get from A to B, and you can make different things in between here and there, make some changes, different directors have different ideas and things, so naturally that'll happen, but you have to kind of stay in that context of the lane you're writing in. And for some reason, when J.J. Abrams was filming episode 7, The Force Awakens, Rian Johnson was then writing his script for The Last Jedi, and he hadn't even seen Force Awakens. I mean, he probably knew some of the broad strokes of what JJ was doing with it, but he didn't know what he was going to set up and how fans were going to take to it and everything, so he just kind of wrote his script on the fly and was like, okay, well, that's that, now let's see how they tie it all together, which I think was kind of the problem from the get-go with this. But leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you guys think that Rey's parents should be somebody other than just nobody? Because it was previously stated that Rey's parents' reveal would be profoundly satisfying, that she'd be a character that is important to the context of the entire galaxy. Drop your thoughts down in the usual spot, and for more updates on The Last Jedi and everything Star Wars, be sure to subscribe to Hybrid Network. Thanks again for checking this video out. If you want to get even more updates from us, check out our social media platforms, our website for the latest news and editorials, and if you want to see our content get better and help us out, donate to us on Patreon for exclusive rewards.